time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running. Toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about this episode we have today. I got two of my brothers with me. I got Tomo and Dave. What's good, fellas?
What's goody? Refuse to lose, but we built to win. Let's get it, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, the Whole Foods of sports shows, man, because everything here is organic.
There it is. Y'all hear it. So look, we got an episode today. We got to talk about Brady's retirement, but we also got to talk about some coaching changes, all right? But before we get to that, make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that y'all know personally so they can come on and watch live with us. Use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. And Tom, let's talk about those IG chats that we got going on.
Man, y'all heard my freestyle from the last show. I mean, we got NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball, boxing, MLB. Those are all the chats right there. I told y'all what go down in these chats. We got trash talk. We give you all the latest and greatest updates as far as injuries, trades, transfer portals, coach hirings, coach firings. A lot's been going on. The WNBA free agency has been going up too. You get that there too. So y'all thought we was missing out on some sports? No, son. And if you want to join any of those chats, you see the tick at the bottom. Follow one of those. Follow the sports pages there on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We got TikTok. I know we got TikTok because I'm reading the ticker. I did that for the person who told me that they can't read the ticker. You see how slow it's moving? If you want to join one of those, just hit up the DMs in one of those and tell us what chats you want to join. Or if you want to join all of them, just say all. And we also have the most important one, you know. We always say it's the most important because this is like the firstborn. You know, everybody say they don't have favorite kids, but this is our favorite chat because this is the chat for the folks that come on the show. It's the Refuse to Lose chat. We got a guest coming on today, a reoccurring guest. He's in the Refuse to Lose chat. We told you all, you have to join one of those other chats, participate, and then you can come on the show. You can't just join the chat and think you automatically won't come on the show. It don't work that way. You got to join in, got to make sure there's no hot takes, and boom, you could be a star like us.
Let's go. Last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. So we got Coach Coombs on. All right, he's in backstage, but I bring him on right now, Coach Coombs. So, Coach, what's good? How you doing?
Coach, what's good, family? What's good?
It is. So we got Coach on, talk about some coaches. All right, and we're gonna start off with the Broncos, your favorite team. All right, your Super Bowl pick preseason, and a lot's happened this season with this team, but they bounced back and got them a coach. So, Coach, talk to us about this move. What was your reaction, and how good is this move for the Broncos?
Well,
hold on, wait. Sorry, before you go, they announced the reserves. I got to announce it right now. All right, for the All-Star team.
Sweet.
For the East so far, the East it is Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, DeMar DeRozan, Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton, and Bam Adebayo.
Let's go, Bam. Let's go, Bam. What y'all talking about?
And the what? Oh, they got what? That's the East. Okay, it's East. All right. So look, sorry, Coach, you gonna be talking, and then I might have to, jump in and do the West. So you okay with that?
Do your thing.
All right. Go ahead. Talk to us, Coach.
So the way I look at it is, the Broncos they're doing a lot. They're doing too much, too many, too soon. I get it. You signed Russell Wilson, which everyone in the world really kind of thought that was supposed to be something really good. But a lot of times it does become an issue. Is on like I brought it up about Russell Wilson with the Seahawks. Sometimes the system, if it doesn't fit, it's just not going to work. Ocho Cinco, one of the greatest wide receivers, went to New England. What happened? Nothing. He barely touched the field. Certain times we look at it, it's supposed to look like gold, and it doesn't. It comes out and it looks like brown stuff that comes in a toilet. Um, so when I look at this move with Sean Payton, now I had Sean Payton going to the Chargers. I thought that was a better move offensively because of his mind and what he wants to do. Everything was there. He would have got rid of those old weapons and got Herbert some new weapons types of thing. He would have made some really good moves with their organization. And I believe they had the money pot for him. They don't really have any money over here in Denver. And really think about it. He got traded because Saints still paying him. So you traded for a coach and lost 2 picks for somebody you're expecting to come in, 1, fix the quarterback, 2, fix the offense, 3, fix the organization. That's a lot. That's a lot based off of not coaching for a year, taking a team that looks completely dismantled. Because to be honest with you, they got a lot of moves they got to make. They got to figure out Cortland Sutton. They got to get a backup running back. They got to fix the offensive line. They got to get some more receiving weapons. They got to fix the interior defense. It's a lot that has to happen for us to look. I mean, when I look at it, I just look at it as another John Gruden situation, to be honest with you, just without the racistness, You're going to pay this coach a lot of money, and I don't think you're going to win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. I don't know. I don't, and not to say that he's going to be bad just because you have this coach. Look at the NFL. I mean, look at Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurst. Look at the top 10 quarterbacks that are going to fight next year. I'm going to be honest with you. This was a bitter Super Bowl. There are going to be a lot of pissed off teams based off of what happened in the playoffs this year, how seasons ended this year, how seasons went this year. And I just don't think the Broncos are going to be ready to fight just yet. So when I look at the move to me doesn't make any sense because are you coming in to do what? You really going to fix Russell Wilson? You're the guy that can look at Russell Wilson and say, oh, I know exactly what the problem is. I just, I don't see that happening. Now, what I see happening with this coach, what needs to happen, don't bring in an offensive coordinator. If there's an offensive coordinator already on the team, take his title away. Just call him the assistant coach. There's nothing wrong with that because what that means is Sean Payton needs to take complete play calling of the offense. Why do I say that? If he's the head coach and he is the offensive play caller, if you have a defensive coordinator that you are going to have on that team, he needs to basically run that defense by himself, i.e. give him his own staff. That is the only coordinator you need on this team because there doesn't need to be a lot of heads, but there needs to be Sean Payton running everything offensively on the team and him allowing the defensive coordinator to do his own thing, no interruptions, win or lose. Because what that will allow them to do when they come together is find the right system for the offense, find the right system for the defense. Because one thing I know about a Sean Payton offense and a Sean Payton team is if one part falls, they have enough everywhere else to even allow a win still. Even if it's an ugly win, they got enough. Because there's not a lot of heads with a Sean Payton team because he runs the entire offense. I don't care what anybody says. He is the offensive head of of the Saints when he ran that organization. And you can tell the defense was ran separately. He let that coordinator do his thing. So if they got to have that same mindset coming in here, I still just don't think. I don't know if it's the right or wrong move. I really feel like they poached a coach that they didn't want because they wanted DeMeco Ryans. Which, funny thing, I thought that was a better pick for the doggone Broncos. I think him going over to Houston Texans, he hanging up his head coaching job really quick.
We gonna talk about that.
You
I
got
agree
a
with you
whole
there.
video. You got a whole video of you walking in the front door. They clapping hands at your Let me stop at your behind
Yeah.
because
Hold on, coach. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna
So,
talk about
but
it.
for Sean, I think it's. I don't know. I really don't know if this is going to work. Like, I don't know what they're expecting. If they're expecting a Super Bowl run this year, stop that. That's not going to happen. If you're going to let him take this team and build, it's going to take about 3-4 years, maybe longer, because you are paying Russell Wilson a whole ton of money. So I don't know if this is going to actually mix well. They're going to make it look good. Again, I still even see them having a winning season, but you showed me a Sean Payton team that really advances in the playoffs outside of 1 year. I mean, they look good all season, and then that's it. We have to build teams for playoffs. We can't. I really believe too many teams. That's why coaches get fired so fast. They're only building for the season, and then they look like doo-doo when the playoffs come because they actually have no idea what to do. Like they just run out of options. How? You have a whole playbook for a season. You have nothing for the playoffs. You don't understand what playoff football entails. Like, it's weird. And it's these young coaches. They gotta figure something out because they're hindering these quarterbacks. I.e., Kellen Moore with Dak. I.e., Staley with Herbert. These younger coaches who scream 5-spread offense the minute something doesn't work. You're not doing anything for these quarterbacks to progress in 2-minute drills, 4-minute drills, 6-minute drills. What you will see is that progression in Russell Wilson. Again, is it going to win them a lot of games? That I don't know. But don't have an offensive coordinator. Sean Payton needs to run the offense. You get yourself an assistant coach that can help with offensive details. It could be the quarterback coach. You get your quarterback coach to Russell Wilson. And there's nothing wrong with his mechanics. Again, when we looked at Russell Wilson throw the ball in the first game, he had 340-something yards. But he couldn't get in the end zone. He couldn't sniff the red zone. I don't know what that is. I don't know why they didn't run it in. I don't know what that is. I don't think there's anything wrong with his mechanics, though. So I don't know what they're going to come in and fix. Are you going to fix his vision of the red zone? I don't. Are you going to bring his Russell Magic back? That's the part I don't know when I'm looking at a Sean Payton type of coach. I don't know if I really don't know what's going to work or not.
Hey. Go ahead, Joe.
I had a question. Yeah.
Oh,
I know you said D'Amico Ryan, right? That you said he should have went. He's better fit for the Broncos.
I think
the Broncos already got a stout defense. They were top. Like, with how bad their offense were, they were still like a top 4, top 5 defense.
That's fine. Get your offense coordinator to run the offense. For me, the Broncos have always been predicated about defense. They've always been about running the football, and they've been a defensive team. They've really never been a team that's out here putting up so many passing yards. They're a balanced team, actually. They run play action and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So they use the run to open up the pass is what their scheme, the Broncos' identity has usually always been. So, yeah, you can have a defense. I wanted a defensive head coach for that. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think Payton coming over really does anything because you need a head coach to run this team. You need an offensive coordinator or an offensive-minded coach to come up with great schemes for this offense to run and be mobile and do whatever they need to do. But bringing in a name like Sean Payton doesn't necessarily do that. Because, again, there's nothing wrong with Wilson's mechanics. Again, he'll have the yardages. They just don't get in the end zone. They don't score. I don't know what that problem is.
I think that's why they brought him in there, though. Because, like you said, the defense is already stout. Dave pointed out that I think they were like top 5. I think Payton is more so there to be that quarterback whisperer. Because remember when he got Breeze, they thought Breeze's career was done. It was like he probably won't ever play again because of his throwing arm. And with that, they like Russell Wilson still has a mechanic. It was just, I think why you're saying that, coach, is kind of like what everyone was saying about the Broncos all last year anyway. It's like, what's wrong? Y'all have
Yeah.
everything, but what's wrong?
What's wrong? There was a lot going on that we just couldn't identify. I really wasn't trying to put a lot of it on Russell. It just looked bad because the ball was always in his hands and it never went well.
And with Peyton, that helps as far as free agents and also with the trades too, because you got a
They
guy
do.
like Michael
He
Thomas
is
who
a
said he don't
personnel
want
guy,
to
so
be.
he will get some. He
So
will move pieces around and get the right personnel.
That's a
I
good
do
point,
believe that.
Tomo. That's a good point. But my thing about Peyton is all those years with the Saints, one Super Bowl appearance, one Super Bowl ring.
That's what I'm saying. That too. That's like I don't really see much. And mind you, that Super Bowl ring and that Super Bowl appearance was that one in the same year. Like they don't get past the second round ever since that 1 year.
Oh, sorry. I don't think he's ever coached a team with this good of a defense, though. I will
No,
say
that's
that.
true because he's always they paid Breeze all that money so they could never afford a defense. They had
you're right.
they never had a strong defense like
They
that. I
had
truly believe
defenses
that.
that were opportunistic,
yeah,
that turn the ball over and stuff like that. But we talking
But nothing
about
like this. Nothing that's gonna
yeah.
get you 3 and outs.
This was the number one red zone defense in NFL, but they also had
Because they
the
kept
worst
the game so
red zone
low.
offense.
You weren't blowing the Broncos out.
They had the worst red zone offense, like and the best red zone defense. Like imagine being a defender on that
They
team.
pulled a
I
James
got a special message to Randy Gregory. You're done, son. Randy Sean Payton's not going for none of that. He's not going for all that that injury and all that stuff that you thought you could get away with Dallas. And when you came over to the Broncos, you kind of did that stuff. You kind of got away with it with the new coach. I'm telling you, Sean Payton will come in and clean up house. So, Joe, you may have a great debate going on next year with PS2 as far as him being a better cornerback, because that'll help depending upon who they actually get. But if their offense is putting up more numbers than the defense, I think this team is really going to look like another Saints team. They're going to find a running back. They're going to find a backup quarterback who's an athlete. Who knows? Maybe half the Saints just magically find their way in Colorado.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kamara end up there. That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me at all. Damian Williams, Devontae Williams, you really want to put all that stress on him coming back when you can get him some help like a Kamara?
To be honest with you, I think Sean Payton, I'm surprised. First of all, they said that he was a second option.
Yep.
They were trying to
that's what I'm saying. DeMeco was the first, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they put all their eggs in the basket for the second option. What I mean by that is you had to trade for this option, which means you gave up field players for an off the field commodity.
But I can't be mad at it because of the contract they put Russ under.
That's why I'm mad at it, because they put too much money into Russ, and honestly, you need every pick you can kind of muster, right? You actually can't afford to be coughing up number ones.
That's true.
My thing about Sean Payton being the head coach.
Hold on, Dave. It's been announced. The Western All-Stars.
It's a bonus not up there.
John Morant, Shea
Gilgeous Alexander.
SGA. Dame Lillard, Jaren Jackson Jr., DeMontis Sabonis, Laurie Marketing, and Paul George.
That's tight.
Yeah, D-Foss didn't make it. I was hoping he was going to make it. It's going to burn him up.
No
Go
problem.
continue, though.
All right. So the thing about Sean Payton is I agree with Tom. I don't think he went there to fix Russ. I think he just went there to fix the offense. The offense was the issue last year. And it's not like he don't have weapons. He still has Cortland Sutton. He still got Jerry Jeudy. He got plenty of weapons. And then if you talk about running backs, you got running backs that are free agents this year. You got Josh Jacobs as a free agent this year, so you got a chance to go out him. And when you talk about salary cap, the Broncos actually have more salary cap than the Chargers right now. Chargers are over the cap, $19.8 million. Broncos have $9.5 million in salary cap space right now.
Wait, hold on real quick. Before you continue, how much the Chargers got?
They're over the cap, $19.8 million.
Do you know that's not good? Herbert is on his 4th year of his contract. He got to get paid. No.
It's because they signed J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack. They all them free agents. They don't win now mode.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not gonna happen. That's the problem.
Kellen Moore.
Okay.
He's gonna redeem himself.
They got Kellen Moore there now, but
I got a feeling he's gonna redeem himself. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think this was a good move for the Chargers for one, because their defense is good. They had top 5 defense last year. And then when you talk about the injury, they had 29 people on IR last year.
That's very
29 players on injured reserve. So you got all those players coming back. I don't think 29 players are going to get hurt again back-to-back years.
No.
So you're going to have some of those players come back on defense and offense. I think it's going to help them out. Tom Compton, who was a guard for them, was out all year. They had a center that was out all year. So the offensive line is going to get better. But yeah, they got chances to go get a running back out there. Now you don't have to pay a running back a lot of money because Ezekiel Elliott showed you that you pay him a lot of money, it's not going to work out.
He cut it all. He messed up everybody's contract.
I'm just using him.
He messed up the running back contract. He stole $90 million from the Cowboys and not another running back getting paid ever again.
Hold on.
The only thing I was saying was I agree with y'all, but there's two other people that did the same thing. You got to add Le'Veon Bell. And Todd Gurley, okay?
Todd Gurley, yep.
No. Todd Gurley didn't get no contract. Actually, Todd Gurley got robbed. He only got a $20 million bonus. Todd Gurley didn't get no big contract. He didn't get no guaranteed money. He was the minute his knee went out, his contract was gone. They didn't lose any money from Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I get you, but I'm just saying you got other running backs that are out there that you can pick up.
Yeah, very true, very true.
And then when it comes to Russ, just sign a backup in case something happens to him. Sign a nice veteran backup for Russ just to help him out. No,
well, they may get an opportunity to draft for
Jimmy G's going to the Raiders. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Brady just retired. Jimmy G's going to the Raiders. That's an offense that he knows. No one else really wants him. He's going to the Raiders.
I think so too.
But I feel like this is going to be a comeback year for the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos are going to the Super Bowl, but I think they're going to be.
Okay. And
I think they're going to be good this year.
But that's why I believe Sean Payton does not need an OC. He needs to take over play calling on the field. Have that chemistry. If you want to have an OC, do it next year when Russ knows his system a little bit better. But right now, because it is the point is for these two to win for this organization, he needs to take over the play calling so them two can have that chemistry of calling the plays on the field together. And then that way you just let the defense just run itself with a great coordinator.
Yeah, I think their defense is going to be fine. It's just he just needed to come in and fix the offense. The offense wasn't able to really put him no points. And Sean Payton's known for that. And Carl made a good point about 2019. They got robbed of going to the Super Bowl because of that PI pass. That PI
you're right. That's
what it happened twice.
You're right. Yeah, you're right, Carl.
So they got robbed. So I'm not going to put that on Sean Payton. Sean Payton could have had 2-3 Super Bowl appearances if it wasn't for bad calls. So I think he got a chance within. I'll say in the next 2 or 3 years. I think he's going to be able to compete in that conference with. Even though Patrick Mahomes is in that conference, I think the Broncos' overall team might be a little bit better because of their defense.
Yeah. Also, I just want to thank Sean Payton though, because he stopped the Eagles from that back-to-back Super Bowl. So thank you, Sean Payton, because they were going to be on a high if they would have won back-to-back. So thank you.
And look, Sean Payton for the OC, he should be like Kyle Shanahan. I was on the phone the other day. We talking about this. Which Kyle Shanahan does, I don't know if y'all realize, he hires only minority assistants, offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. Because when they get a job, he gets a draft pick. He's smart. Because of the Rooney Rule. All right. So like think about who they interviewing. They're interviewing two black guys to replace D'Amico Ryan.
Yeah, Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes, who was the interim head coach for the Panthers. They interviewed him, and it was someone else.
Wait, we talk about it.
So Sean Payton to do that, and because you're gonna be calling the plays anyway, this has my mentor like Andy Reid got to be enemy, So that's all I got. All right, let's move on to the next one, y'all. We spent like almost a whole show on that one. All right, so the Texans, man. Before we do that, let's get these. Like the video. If you're watching it, press that like button. It's not hard. All right, just press it. Right now, we're sitting at 425 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel. All right. It's funny because I feel like we almost at 400. Then I feel like 25 is kind of like that. Came so fast. We're gonna appreciate it. All right. We want 50 more and 100 more and 1,000 more. But subscribe if you haven't. Also, share this video, y'all. We got 2 more topics left. We're gonna talk about Brady on the last topic. I know that's what I really want to hear. Also, like people like Blaze. All right, we're gonna talk about Brady back, and so get some people on so you can watch live with us. Keep using those comments section, and they quickly talk about those IG chats we got going on.
Yeah, man. So we got some. We call them elite chats. That's what they are. They're elite chats because we're the ones giving out the message. We're sending out the alerts. Not gonna tell you who's running this alerts, but just let you know we the plugs out here now, man. You got Adam Schefter, and all these other we the plugs to you. We bring the source to you. You know, bringing Wall Street to Main Street. You know,
Okay.
that's how we do it. That's how we do it out here. But yeah, man. So we have a MLB chat. We just had our first MLB show 2 weeks ago. Went well. One of the videos got over 300 views already. Shout out to Teddy for that video. Had a boxing video. Shout out to Tomo who ran that one. That one went well. We have a NBA chat, NFL chat, college football, and college basketball. We got 6 chats right now, and more than likely, we already talked about this. More than likely, we're going to add the WNBA as well. And I don't think we're going to make a separate one for that. We may just add it to the NBA and just kind of mix it in. Not really sure, but that's definitely something we're gonna start talking about because we know someone who was drafted in the WNBA, so we're gonna talk about that more. And plus, we got some moves that just happened. Candace Parker just signed to somebody. The Liberty are signing people right now. I'm telling you, WNBA season is gonna be exciting this year. I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely gonna be watching this year for sure. And then the Refuse to Lose chat, that's the exclusive one. Most of the people comment are actually in the chat, so they know what's going on, and when I tell you, you'll be surprised how many great sports minds we have in this chat. A lot of people in here know most of the stuff they're talking about. Some people have hot takes, but we only call it hot takes because we don't agree with it. They have things to back them up, whether we agree with it or not. They always have something to back it up with. You know, like Mark doesn't think that Jalen Hurts is a really good quarterback, but you know he got Tomo has his own take. He don't think AJ Brown is a number one receiver. But they've had, you know, they've come out with their defense of why they felt that way. So that's how you do it. But in order to get into this chat, you have to come on the show.
Yeah.
Everyone that's come on the show is in the chat. Coach is in the chat. You know, that's how we all met. It's mainly because of the chat. We got on the show and then we created a partnership. So I'm telling you, this is the chat you want to be in. So if you want to go and come into that chat, you have to come on the show. Let us know when you want to come in. We do a show every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So let us know which day you want to come in. We'll tell you the time.
Skin.
Exactly.
Man,
don't have
man.
soft skin.
Don't say no soft skin.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Me and Joe, we partners on the show, but we went at it the other day on the chat. We went at it the other day.
It was beautiful to see. Just good debating back and forth. It was amazing.
Hey, one thing I'm gonna say is I was a little upset. I was a little upset that the chat got to see it. Y'all got to bring that to on air. Right now, it's only me and Joe with the Burrow and Josh Allen. Y'all got to bring that one to the air.
I was thinking like we'll make that a topic. Forget that. Great defense.
Man. We could. But those are the chats, man. If you want to get on it, let us know. Put your IG name in the comment section. We can add you to all the other chats, but in order to get in the Refuse to Lose chat, you got to come on the show. We'll add you on there. We come on the show, but other than that, you're not getting in. It's the VIP. We ain't letting anybody get in there. It's actually that's our baby. You ain't coming around there unless you come in the show. So if you want to get in on that, let us know. Put your IG name in the chat or follow us, whatever you want to do, and we'll add you.
Let's go. Continue to enjoy the rest of the show. All right, so we got to talk about this Houston move. The Negro Ryans went to Houston after leading the number one defense in the NFL, falling to the Eagles NFC Championship game, and pivoted straight to Houston. All right, so Coach, I'm gonna have you kick this one off too. Talk to us about your reaction to this move.
I thought it was a stupid move. I really did. I'm not even going to sit here and sugarcoat. I'm really not. Because every move the Houston Texans make is a stupid move. Mario Williams was a stupid move. Jadeveon Clowney was a stupid move. It's just I don't see them make smart decisions. And then when they get caught in some ugly stuff, it's a bunch of racist crap always behind it. And now you just look like the black guy that's finna be the fall, just like Lovey if something goes bad. Like Lovey should not have been relieved after one freaking season. He really should not have. There was so much more wrong with the Houston Texans organization between the quarterback, the offensive line that has been an issue since that organization started, the secondary that has been an issue since that organization has started. There's so many more problems. They don't have a tight end. When the last time you seen the Houston Texans have a tight end? They finally got a running back, by God. I mean, Arian Foster was the last time they had a decent running back, and he ate grass all the time and ran football. Like, I thought his body was going to break. It was glass, basically. He had no protein, but he found a way. He was a beast of a ball player. It's just like, outside of that, where has the Houston Texans gone? They had a quarterback, and then they couldn't protect him. He got his ribs beat in almost every week so they could put him in a hotel, get his behind rubbed down, and then sue him later when he decided to leave. The Texans don't make smart decisions. They really, really don't. Okay, so DeMeco Ryans, you go, you make this heartfelt, I'm coming home. Anybody worry about you coming home? We're trying to win football games. What you coming here to do? Deion Sanders went to Colorado State. Ain't no hats in this room. Don't wear no flip-flops in this room. Everybody's sitting in the front row of their classroom, and his coaching staff is going to be there to check to make sure each and every one of y'all in the front row of the classroom. That's how you come in there and make change. You don't come in there smiling, talking about something, I'm coming home. Then you got this grandstanding clapping ovations because you walked through the building that you done been through your entire career when you played there and was barely healthy. Don't come like you're not going in the Houston Texans to do nothing. You're not taking over that organization to do a damn thing but stay losing. I'm sorry, but whoever the coach find as a head coach is going to be better than what they have in Houston right now. The Jaguars are up, and they're going to take away that division from everybody else because the Titans have to figure out how to unshatter themselves. Houston will be fourth place behind a shattered Titans team. So, no, I don't see this organization in the AFC in that division. No, this move, it's not going to work. It's really not. He's not going to get fired after this 1 year. His second year, they'll look okay. They might make it to the playoffs by a game, or they might miss it by a game. You know what I mean? That's what we're really looking at hiring DeMeco Ryans from the Houston Texans, because I don't think he's going to be successful with the organization that holds all the cards in what you do. They don't let you do anything. They're about as bad as the Cowboys. They look damn near the same when it comes to what the back office look like. There's nothing different in that. The front office runs the field. That's ridiculous. You need to go somewhere where you can actually be a head coach. Arizona's skipped town and ran. You could have went over there. There's a lot of pieces over there for DeMeco Ryans to play with, especially on defense. Like, the Texans, to me, it was too easy. It was too easy. There's nothing challenging there for me as a fan watching football. I don't see him coming in that organization doing nothing. You gonna sit Dennis Mills and put somebody else in there that you want? What you gonna do about that? What receivers are you planning on pulling in as a defensive linebacker? I don't see him making these moves. I see the organization making these moves, and he's doing this. I don't see this working, to be honest with you.
So, Coach,
I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
So a while back,
in the face.
And these two guys, they know where I'm about to go with this. A while back, I did a "You're Done Son" segment, right? It's in the drafts, it's in the archives, and everything Coach just said, it felt like you read off my script from my "You're Done Son." Like literally, I compared them to the Cowboys as far as the front office because of what the owner said. I named all the notable players that they had that should be in the Hall of Fame, or maybe in the Hall of Fame, or just their Ring of Honor in general. I also talked about why DeAndre Hopkins got out of there. And I talked about the last two coaches. And my last words in my "You're Done Son" was, if you are an African-American coach, you should not want to go to the Houston Texans.
Exactly.
And
that was the main point.
And then this happens. Man, Dave, take it away.
Yeah, so I have a different take on this.
Okay, let's get it.
I'm gonna give DeMeco Ryans a chance. Now, the organization, I understand. I understand 100%. The organization, I don't trust at all. I don't at all. And because of everything that you just said, Coach, and Tom, of what you said in your Done Son. Don't trust it at all. But here's the thing. How many of those coaches got more than a 2-year deal?
Zero.
Exactly. They gave D'Amico Ryans a 6-year deal, so he has more than 2 years to build that team. Now, I'm gonna talk about the Kyle Shanahan tree. Think about the 3 coaches that came from that tree. You got Mike, is it LaFleur, with the Packers. What has he done with them? They've gone 13-3. This is probably the worst year he's had since he's been the head coach. Look at the other head coach with the Dolphins. His first year, Mike McDaniels had them 8-0 for a while, and then of course they went on a losing streak. But that team was really good before Tua got hurt. So that's a good team. And then look at the Jets. The Jets this year had a chance to go to the playoffs with Robert Saleh as a head coach. So I'm thinking that this tree is actually trending up. And you got to remember who else came from this tree, because he was with that team in Washington, and that's the coach with the Rams. He didn't won a Super Bowl. People don't want to count him as that tree, but he counts. So I'm just looking at that tree from what left Kyle Shanahan, and all the coaches have been successful.
And you say successful, but you look at all those trees, right? Which one of those trees has a good offensive coordinator to propel them? None of them. They're all defensive-minded coaches outside of McDaniels. And look what happened. They went 8-0, and then they
Sean McVay too.
Sean
McVay too.
And you know how I feel about McVay.
I understand how you feel about McVay.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
I get it. He got Super Bowl. That's why
he's a Super Bowl champion.
He's the scapegoat because he got one. And then, but I get to fall back on the fact that he couldn't do a damn thing with the team. Look, those are good coaches. If you can't look, that team should not have failed the way they did after the Super Bowl just because their quarterback's elbow was bad. They really shouldn't have. He is like John Gruden. He has to have every piece to make his offense look magical. If shit's missing, he kicks it to the side and just replaces it. He doesn't develop. He doesn't do anything to enhance players' skills.
I get you.
I don't know about that, coach.
I get you how you feel about that. But I'm just looking at it from that totality. And for one, they pursued him. He was their number one option. They wanted D'Amico Ryans. They interviewed him 3 times. They never did that with any. They never did that with any other coaches. They had a phone call interview with him before we. They had a phone call interview with him before we went and played Dallas on that Sunday night, that Sunday game. Then they had 2 back-to-back face interviews with him before he got hired.
Oh, that's why he got hired.
They wanted him.
They wanted the person that they had as a player.
They pursue him. He was like Carl
I mean, it's not hard. They had his phone number for years.
That's true, but the thing is, how many other players played for him that they gave that opportunity to? None.
And you know what that's from? You know what I look at when I see that? I tell you, well, no, this is second because Jeff Saturday. That's what I see. I'm not. Trust me when I tell you, a player can't be a coach. I'd be a funny equivalent to Jeff Saturday because he's a player going to the same team he played for and they look like crap. My issue with that's not being funny. I'll say it was a joke. My issue with D'Amico Ryans and the Texans, it's too close to home. I don't really see those type of situations ever being really successful. And then when you're coming off of how bad the offense is, who's your offensive coordinator? Who you got coming in? Because that offense wasn't great, and you're a defensive coach. There's more pieces. I get the 6-year deal. I get that. I mean, but it ain't like it's a bunch of guarantee coming out that 6-year deal. And they can cut that 6-year deal to 3 if he has 3 losing seasons. So that 6-year deal ain't crap to me. You got to win to keep that 6-year deal. So, I mean, hooray for him, but he got to make sure he has to make sure he keeps that job to get those 6 years. That's a lot.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying he has an opportunity. For one,
I agree.
For one, they have a top 2 pick this year. They're going to draft the quarterback. Davis Mills is not the future. They already know that. That more than likely they're going to be able to draft Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. That's 2 of the best quarterbacks in the draft this year. So they have an opportunity with that. They have a good running back. We saw what that running back Pierce did this year. So they have a good running back. All they have to do now is build the offensive line, get some receivers. That defense is already good. So you add a couple. That I'll give you because Lovie Smith did. Like I told you. You add 1 or 2 pieces to that defense, and you get him some receivers that he can throw to and protect that quarterback. D'Amico Ryans knows what it takes to protect the quarterback because he attacks that quarterback all the time. So he had the number one defense last year. So you know what our offensive line was going through with him as the defensive coordinator, with Fred Warner and them boys back there. So who knows what he's going to do when he gets the right pieces with Houston? They're going to give him an opportunity because they gave him a 6-year deal. Now, I agree. It may be 3-4 years that he's with that team, but as a minimum of 3. I'm telling you right now, within those 3 years, that team is going to look better than it did this year.
I
I'm
hope
holding
so.
you to that
I
because
hope so because
I
I
would
am worried. I am worried because not because of D'Amico. That's what I said. I preferred him to go over to the Broncos, where I thought he would actually make really great change, because that's an organization that actually allows their coach to do their job. Because if you don't do your job, guess what? You fired. That's how you can tell.
But
not even that though.
Yeah, no,
I would hate to hear these words.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
I would hate to hear that. So he better do something, Dave.
But no, I'm with David with the give him a chance because they actually pursued him. Like Lovey was like a First of all,
Lovey was there as a defensive coordinator, and it was
a
just
bridge.
easier to move up.
He was a bridge coach
to get to who they really wanted. You know.
What about Cully?
He was an interim coach. He stepped in. You
Hopefully
know.
I agree with you. Hopefully they give him the same length that they gave with Bill O'Brien. So
yeah, because he was scrapping. They was holding on to him.
Or Gary Kubiak.
They gave him executive. They gave him executive decisions. Okay, he was exactly. He was, and now you should never give a coach GM power ever. That's the problem.
He went there mainly because it's a hometown, my opinion. But other than that,
yeah,
that's why I'm like, it's a better jobs out there, in my opinion, that he could have got. You know, so but
Kingsbury looks on hanging.
Yeah, it is, and that in itself is a challenge because it's Houston. Houston hasn't been good since Deshaun Watson went to the playoffs 1 or 2 times. Other than that, they haven't been really good. So that's a challenge in itself. Being able to get that team to be a playoff.
He might want that. He might want the challenge.
Exactly.
He a homer. I'm with him.
Yeah, but you know what? Your challenge, what you expect your challenge to be, may not be what the organization plans on doing.
And that's why I don't. That's the reason I don't like him because
here's my problem with him there. I don't see him with any real power. That's my issue.
Yeah, man,
I don't mind the fact that he's a good coach. I think he's a great coach. I don't think he's going to have the great coaching power he deserves to use with Houston Texans, because they're going to stomp on everything he wants to get what they want.
And
they've been that way. I haven't seen any change in the Houston Texans organization to tell me otherwise.
And another thing, I don't like the fact that they don't try to use this for a press clipping. Like that's what it feels like to me. They like, all right, we got the whole
that's all it's really been.
That's the black coach, and it's like it's a press clipping.
We're not racist, see.
Yeah,
but look,
it's like if Jerry was to go get a black coach all of a sudden, y'all would be like, after the picture came out and Jerry was to hire a black coach.
I doubt that ever happens.
I
said that's like if. That's what everybody would do. Like, look at Jerry. It's just for the press. You don't really care.
See, I don't like the move. I don't like the move at all because I mean it's dangerous. It's a dangerous move for Nico Ryan.
It is. I'm not disagreeing with that.
And your first coaching job means a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's see what happens.
And again, it's no slate to him. It's where he went. I don't trust the Houston Texans. I really don't. I hate that organization. Like, they're not good to people.
I think he was a good job head coach because he was super active with that defense.
Yeah,
like
he definitely will be.
He was super active out there. Look like what's the name? Robert Saleh. It looks like him.
Yeah,
he's like on the sideline.
Three of the best defensive coaches came from San Francisco: Vic Fangio, Robert Saleh, and D'Amico Ryans.
Let's go. All right, y'all. Let's go to our last topic. Like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it with somebody that you know personally so they can come on watch live with us. All right. Keep using that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all putting down. Tom will quickly talk about those IG chats we got.
Hey, man. Y'all can just go back to the beginning of the video, or you can go to before the topic. But no, I'm joking. We got an MLB chat, we got an NBA chat, we got an NFL chat, we got a college football chat, and we got a college basketball chat. If you want to participate in any of those chats, hit up one of our social medias at the ticker down below, and we'll add you to those chats. As you can see, our conversations get live on air, so just imagine what happens in the chats. I also want to tell you about the Refuse to Lose chat. Like Dave said earlier, this is our baby. This is our firstborn chat. This is the chat for the folks that actually come on the show. You have to come on the show to participate in that chat. So all the stuff that we talk about in those other chats, it gets a little bit more raunchy and more real in the Refuse to Lose chat. So the guys that's in the other chats, We want y'all to know y'all need to come on the show so y'all can get over to that other chat because that's what we really talk about the real. Like we'll throw memes and stuff in the other one, but the real deal happens in the refuse to lose. Like I said, the audio history has Joe and Dave going back and forth, and that's only in the refuse to lose chat. You can't get that nowhere else.
Oh, we're gonna find a way to get it on here. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of the show. So our last topic, we gotta talk about Tom Brady. Tom Brady finally retired. We don't have the video queued up, which I did, but came out with a video on the beach in Tampa and said he retired. All right. So this is give out, our feedback from that, him retiring. He came out with a false one last year, came back out and said, I'm back. Played 1 year, lost to Dallas. Hey, Dallas. Tom, well, you know what? Since y'all beat them last, you kick us off on this topic.
I felt good to say, hey Brady,
You're done, son.
but just like in true Philly fashion, they just had to find a way to rain on my parade. They had to be like, yeah, you beat them in the playoffs, but we was the last team to beat them in the Super Bowl. And what does Brady really care about? Super Bowls. So I was like, y'all won up this again. There you go. Have your moment. But hey, Brady, it was a beautiful career. We all loved and watched you steal a Super Bowl from the Raiders with that tuck rule. Sorry, Oakland fans, I know how you feel about that because definitely was a catch with this. But then you go on and win a couple more Super Bowls. You still won from Baltimore. Hey, Carl. You beat them a few times. But most of your Super Bowls were all based on defense and maybe some field goals. A lot of people say your GOATness is questioned. We don't got to question it no more because you're gone. Go home, Roger. I mean, look, people were feeling sad. They were talking about Brady went through all this stuff over the year. I was like, there's no remorse, no sympathy at all for this guy because he made that choice. You lost your family in the process. Your wife told you stay home. We're good. You went back. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers did nothing for you. They gave you Julio, but he got hurt. Then the O-line got hurt. That should have been your sign right there. Just stay home with the kids. Hey, even if you didn't even want to stay home with the wife, do it for the kids. Because now your legacy, the last thing people remember is what? You lost to Dallas. You could have went out on top. You could have went out with you throwing the Super Bowl to Gronk. And just make this even more funny, all right? Brady thought him retiring, he was going to end up at the Super Bowl some way, somehow. Fox Sports said, you ain't tell us. So you stay home and then you come back next year. So you try to sneak to Arizona. No, it's not happening. You're done, son.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, so first, let me give some praise to Brady. Brady, 6-time Super Bowl, 7-time Super Bowl champion. I'm sorry. My bad. 7-time Super Bowl champion, has all the passing records in the NFL that you can think of, whether it's playoff or regular season. Definitely the greatest quarterback of all time to me. Even though I'm a big Joe Montana fan, I'm not going to deny what Brady has done. However, I'm not giving him a pass on how bad he played this year. That's what I'm going to start with today. Coach already knew I was going to go with this angle, so he ain't surprised. We talked about this last night on the NFL chat. See, if you was in there, you would know. But they said that he had a bad offensive line. We know he had a bad offensive line. We knew that at the beginning of the season. However, out of all the pressure he faced, he only faced 13.2% of pressure this year. That's very low. So, and yes, we know he has a fast release. He's had a fast release his entire career.
Pause.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. I was on it. And yeah, I get it. Gronk wasn't there. AB was gone. But Mike Evans is still a Pro Bowl receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mike Godwin is still a Pro Bowl receiver, right? He's had over 1,000 yards before. That is true. He's played more games than he missed this year. So
playoff Lenny.
Playoff Lenny play like trash this year. So I'm not even gonna mention his name.
Belly Lenny.
Yeah, playoff Lenny play like trash this year. We ain't counting him right now. But he had weapons, and he didn't look well this year. He played good in maybe 2 or 3 games, and everyone thought that last game he played, well, not the last game, but the second to last game he played, where he Him and Mike Evans went off in that game that they thought that was going to happen to Dallas. Tom, what did I tell you Dallas was going to do when they play him in the playoffs?
Put him
I
in the
said they was
doghouse.
going to mollywop him, correct? And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Brady has not looked good all season long. Now, I get it. It is not all his fault. I'm not putting everything on Brady, but Brady definitely deserves half, if not at least 45% of the blame for what happened this year because he didn't play well as a quarterback. Now, I agree. He should have went off on a high. If it wasn't even the Super Bowl, he could have went off on a high last season. Last season, he was in the MVP race, and he led the league in passing yards last year.
Yeah.
He could have went out on a high. Then, of course, after he came back after 40 days, I guess he thought he was a part of Noah's Ark because after 40 days he came back.
It wasn't Easter Sunday for him.
Exactly. He lost his family because he didn't retire and stay home like he promised his family. So now he's fighting for his family back because he lost it last year because he didn't want to give up the game. A game where he had nothing to prove. You won the Super Bowl 7 times. No one has won more than you. Not even a team. You've won more Super Bowls than any team in the NFL. What more do you need to prove, Brady? You have every passing record. You should have just gave it up. You would be at home with your family, fine, with the $300 million contract that you got from Fox, more than you ever made in the NFL in your entire career. So you should have did that. Now, like I said, you are the greatest quarterback of all time. I give you all of that. But you don't get a pass from me for what you did this year.
Hey, look, before we let Coach go, all right, Danico Ryan, he said the main reason why he picked the Texans was this. When it came down to it, there is no place I wanted to be any more than H-Town. It was a no-brainer to be here, be home. Just like we said, he came there literally just because it's home.
It's the taxes, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everybody dumb. Best place to live when it comes to finances.
Man.
Best
Oh,
cost of
yeah,
living.
you know.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
All right, Coach, let's talk to us about Brady retirement.
All right. So, do I give Brady a pass? Of course I give Brady a pass. Who am I to tell a man he can't come back? What if Brady came back this year and played great and they went to the Super Bowl and still lost? Doesn't matter. He tried it. He went and had a good season last year. He had thought that I got one more left in me. Who hasn't done it? What you name me one quarterback that's literally left the game on a high. They're not going to. We will never get that. Why? Because these quarterbacks, these football players don't know when to stop until the game itself stops them. Whether it's through injury or whether it's through a season of bad play. He still gave me 22 years. 26 years of great football because he was still a winner in college. Because I watched him over there win in Michigan. Doesn't matter. He got a championship. However the bowls was lined up however they were lined up in the 90s, he got a championship out of it. So he got 8 rings total. Doesn't matter. But I've watched him play great football from college all the way to this retirement year this year. I watched him go 3 for 4 in his first 4 seasons of the NFL. I've watched 10 years go after that and watched people call him watch when all he did was continuously go to the playoffs and the AFC Championship. All I heard was Tom Brady can't throw the deep ball. And yet, the same year that they used that stupid-ass comment about him in the media, it's the same year I'm sitting in Chili's and I watched Randy Moss become a free agent from the Oakland Raiders, and I sat right there in Chili's and said he headed over there to the Patriots. In the same move, I saw Wes Welker become a free agent for the Miami Dolphins. I said he headed over there to New England, and we got both of them. And we went undefeated. Yeah, we lost in the Super Bowl. Eli, you got my respect because you beat an undefeated team in the Super Bowl. You will have my respect under Tom Brady over everybody else because you got 2 of them over him. He comes in and wins 4 more. This was after a 10-year stint of just being in the playoffs. He comes back. We thought, how many times in that 10 years did we hang it up on Brady? Did we say it's over for Brady? Did we say he's not going to win another one? How many times did we keep running our mouth? One of the most unselfish quarterbacks took a pay cut every year to keep that defense stout, to keep
That
key
is
players
true.
on his team. One of the most unselfish players. He didn't get paid till he went to Tampa. It took that 2-year deal.
And I think he still took a slight cut.
Because he ain't up there. He's still not even up there with everyone else. Granted, his wife was rich. But here's another stint about Brady that people don't pay attention to. And it's not an excuse for why he came out this year. For me, I have never looked at it in a way that everybody else does. Brady ain't never been a good parent. Brady's first child, when he first came out, when he was first becoming Tom Brady, the boy forgot the boy's name when he was standing up there on the podium. Didn't even know the child's name. Brady ain't never been a parent, okay? So for him to tell his wife, I'm gonna go play football. Yeah, what she did was he pulled a card, so she pulled a card. He didn't expect that card to be pulled, and now he's sitting there looking stupid. Well, it happens to us sometimes. It happens. It's life. He made his decision though, and I'm not gonna bash a man for making a decision he thought was the right one at the time. He finished out the season. He didn't pull a Ben Roethlisberger and act like he was going to retire in the middle of the season because it got hard. That man really tried to play. He played through the best way he could with the crap that he had, with the basic head coach that he had, and they had a crappy season, made it to the playoffs, and now he's out. I'm this 1 year, they can have that 1 year. I'm not going to sit here and he gets a pass from me because he gave me 22 years outside of this 1 year of just a football of unmagnitude. Just watching this guy methodically tear defenses a new one every week after week. Just to watch him in one game have such a blowout. I think it was against the Houston Texans that on 4th down he decided to punt the ball because they was just having that much fun blowing out the Houston Texans. Tom Brady punt the ball. Like, when do you see that? You know what I mean? I've watched this man take bashing after bashing after bashing. Take the bashing of cheating that his coach did. Spygate. And if you really think the New England Patriots are the only team that's running around here doing Spygate, I don't know what kind of football y'all watching. That shit's everywhere. They just got caught. Don't get caught. That's all I'm going to say. If you get caught, now you're going to be in the media. That's all. Everybody does it. Everybody got somebody spying on their offense. They do it in Little League football. That's never going to stop. Don't get caught. Because in Little League, what are you going to do? You actually get escorted from the field and you get banned from Little League for that year. So it's not like it don't go around. People spy on other teams. People get those calls from other teams. When a team leaves one team and go to another team, you know why you're getting highlighted? Because you went over there blabbing your mouth to that coach about what this coach likes to do.
Yep.
That's why you fucking starting. You ain't starting for no other reason than that, unless you are that kind of guy.
Yeah, they talked about it on Hard Knocks.
So he took a lot of crap for 22 years of the NFL, 23 years in the NFL, and still pulled out 7 rings, 3 NFL Pro Bowls, 3 regular season Pro Bowls. I think 2 or 4 NFL Super Bowl Pro Bowl MVPs. He just got accolade after accolade after accolade after hate after hate after hate. He can't do it anymore. He can't do it anymore. He can't do it anymore. Then he does it. Then it's always, oh, he only did it because of this. Oh, he only did it because of this. How about he just did it? How about we ain't question Jordan and his 6 rings?
I do.
I don't question Kobe and his 5.
Shaq might.
I don't question the Cowboys in their 3. I don't look.
Yeah.
You can sit here and say the Patriots had a weak division. Hey, look here. If that division decided to stay weak for 22 seasons, for 22 years, that is not that man's fault.
That's true.
He still got to go in the playoffs and play against teams he ain't played against. He still got to go to the Super Bowl and play against an NFC team. So what his division of 6 games look like, hey, it's only you can win 6 games in your division. Unfortunately, it's not his fault that those 6 games. If you went 6-0 and lost every other game in your season, you won your division because you won those 6 games. That's the NFL's fault for giving that for doing that. That ain't Brady's fault. Every player and every coach. It's why Mike Tomlin doesn't lose. He doesn't go into a season looking for 12, 13 wins. He goes in there looking for the division. That's it. That's why they only get 9 and 8 and they go into the playoffs. 9 and 8 going to the playoffs. That's all it's about. It's the division because the NFL gave us that easy standard. That's it. So what you capitalize on what you can. You capitalize when you got a weak division. Not my fault. They weak. I'm gonna whoop their ass. My Super Bowl. But
So
for me, I do give him a pass on year 23 of 22 of the 22 that he gave us that were great.
So he gets the press for Deflategate too.
That was part of it.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why that actually went far because he came out and said he likes his balls a little flat. I never understood that whole thing because you're not supposed to have overinflated balls, right? I think it was Aaron Rodgers came out and said he likes his overinflated. I never understood what that shit was about. I never understood what that was about. If y'all really coming out here about a football and some air losing out of it, are you really serious? So you're gonna sit here and tell me for 22 years they've been playing with a flat football? That or that 1 year was that significant of a flat football? Like, come on, like really? If y'all was really out here looking for a flat football or football that's just losing this much of air, like because somebody's going back there and just taking a pin and poking all them little balls of all the air. Are you serious? Then you might as well sit here and tell me the whole NFL is scripted, like Arian Foster came out and said. Sorry.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
I believe
They still won by 30, but let me go real quick. All right. So I'm glad Cole said something positive, all right? Because Tom and Dave, y'all let it loose. Pause, right? So look,
I said something positive.
no, you did.
He won some rings.
I started off with something positive, Joe. I called him the greatest quarterback of all time. I talked about his accolades.
A lot of your energy went to this year, but it's okay though. I got. Hey, Tom Brady, I got you, man.
Look, man, me and Tom got the same name.
So, all right. So look, I don't agree with his divorce. All right, I'm more about all do us look, death do us part. Once I committed to my wife, I'm committed to my wife.
I 100% agree.
Right. So no matter what happens, I'm there. Unless we're not gonna speak that. But anyway, so look, Tom Brady. The reason I'm okay with him playing 23, 25. Listen, people like Carl in the chat. Can we get some Tom Brady appreciators in the chat other than Tom Brady haters? We didn't got Carl over here saying bad about Tom Brady. But Tom Brady, Carl, like, go home. You only saying that because he's winning. That's it. Nobody told Ben Roethlisberger to go home. Right? Nobody said go home, Roethlisberger.
I did, because he cheated. He cheated. He didn't cost the play in that Super Bowl against Seahawks. He cheated. That was a cheat. If y'all want to
talk that smart, coach. Talk that smart, coach. He sure did. He definitely cheated. He sure did.
That plane. That ball did not cost the plane. His helmet cost the plane, and I will die for that.
But he actually looked bad, though. Roethlisberger looked bad, though. That's a bad example. So, anyways, football is the only sport you can't play pickup football. You can't get an offensive line, defensive line, safeties, linebackers. Hey, let's go play football. You don't do that. All right. So once he retired, he's done. He can play catch. He can play little flag league. It ain't the same. Basketball, you can play. You can play pickup, soccer, hockey, every other sport except for football. All right. So I get why it took him so long to retire. Also, Tom Brady, the greatest leader in NFL history. The greatest leader. You don't win 7 Super Bowls by an accident. People like Carl say if Aaron Rodgers had Belichick, he would have 6 too. Not true, right? Because you can't be a diva and coach with Belichick. You got to be a humble person. Get in line. Let Belichick say anything to you for everybody.
And how you told him you ain't big dog, you ain't Ocho here.
Exactly. Tell like, listen, I saw Tom Brady get killed in front of everybody by Belichick.
Look how Moss got quiet when he came to the Patriots. You ain't hear nothing out of Randy Moss.
You see what I'm saying?
Cash,
but touchdowns.
So he was Peyton Manning was controlling. He went to Denver and ran and controlled the whole practices. He won his hands on everything.
His own plays. That's different.
Tom Brady wasn't like that.
Yeah, Peyton called his own. He created and called his own plays. That's
different. Peyton needed Peyton needed Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay. He did everything Bruce Arians told him to do. Bruce Arians was killing him, and Bruce Arians made a decision to change.
Bruce Arians was eating him up in the media.
Okay, David. Okay, you're right.
This year,
1 year.
This year,
24.
This year was important. I understand. I'm just saying he had an instance. That's it.
I said for him to win 7 Super Bowls. He ain't win Super Bowl this year. All right. So look, that's that. Let me shout out somebody on Tom Brady. Tom Brady got 3 Hall of Fame careers. 3 Hall of Fame careers. 3 different Hall of Fame careers in one career. That's how great he is. And I did a little research, some comparing. Look at this, y'all. I got some graphics made up for y'all today. Tom Brady, right? In his 20s, can somebody take the title down for me? in his 20s compared to Terry Bradshaw's whole career. Ridiculous. All right. 90, look, basically half the games, better win percentage, more TDs a year, more passing yards a year, less interceptions a year, one less Super Bowl and the same Super Bowl MVPs. His career is almost better than a Hall of Famer's whole career in his 20s. That's greatness right there, man. That's greatness. Let's take a look at Tom Brady 30s. All right, you look at his 30s. We're gonna compare this one to John Elway. This is 30s against John Elway's whole career.
And less games.
Better win percentage, more TDs per year, more yards per year, less interceptions per year, more MVPs, same Super Bowls, more Super Bowl MVPs.
That was wind flowing hair time too.
Yeah. 2 Hall of Fame careers right there. All right. And then you look at Brady in his 40s. look, this dude hating like crazy in the comments, right? All right. Tom Brady in his 40s against Steve Young, your guy, David. All right. Steve Young, another Hall of Famer. Better win percentage, more TDs, more yards, less it's interceptions. Steve Young won that. Steve Young career is actually, you see, is actually challenging Brady. Oh, I put 20. It's actually 40. Sorry, y'all. It's actually challenging Brady's 40s. All right. But the 3 Super Bowls misleading. He wasn't a starter. He only started for one of them. All right. But my whole thing is he has 3 Hall of Fame careers, 3 careers that's challenging other Hall of Famers. Brady's great, man. He's a GOAT. But my man Patrick Mahomes, he can still pass Brady though. 5 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, he'll pass Brady. No, 5 MVPs, sorry, he'll pass Brady. That's all I got for y'all.
I don't think anyone was denying his Hall of Fame career.
No, I'm not saying you now. I'm putting some light on it. That's what I was doing. I
of
shine
course.
light on it. I just wanted people to know what he did, you know, because we
Oh,
all heard what we did do.
Hey, he's like I said, I'm a Joe Montana fan and I'm biased, but I'm going to be honest. Joe Montana is not as good as what Tom Brady is. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. I'm going to say that no matter what, no matter how much I feel about Spygate or Deflategate, this man has proven, like you say, his numbers prove it. He's done it. We've watched his entire career, so we've seen what he can do. He's a winner. Don't get me wrong, he's a winner. He's had great defenses, but at the end of the day, as a quarterback, you got to deliver in order to make it happen.
And let's remember, he went to the Super Bowl with the 30. He went to the Super Bowl or at least the AFC Championship with the 32nd worst defense one year. He carried that offensively. They carried that team all the way to the Super Bowl.
We got to write this up, but real quick, he said it's the 70s, right? Terry Bradshaw, but Terry Bradshaw threw more picks than Tom Brady too. So don't make.
You know how they feel about picks on the show, so.
But now, bro, that's the 70s. So well, don't bring up the 70s.
No, that's what I'm saying. He said it's the 70s. The number's gonna be inflated, so he should have more picks, right? All right, there you go. And a higher, and should have what about the percentage? Like it's higher percentage and everything.
That's
and
true.
win percentage.
Y'all see, this gonna carry over into the chat. I want y'all to know that.
Right.
For the people
It definitely will.
Gonna carry over to the
It
chat.
definitely
That's
will.
why you need to join the chat.
Hey, look, the Kings don't play tonight. The Kings don't play tonight. I'm all in it. I'm in the chat. All right,
I'm in there too.
He said, "I'm here for all the slander for both." All right, God is over here. He mad because
I want to make a correction. He actually gave us 21 out of 23 good seasons because he did have another bad season when he had those flux of rookies all over the place. He was chewing their ass out on the field.
Yeah,
I don't even think they made the playoffs that year.
They made the playoffs.
They still made it, and they got bumped out. Yeah.
Tom, you got.
But that was a bad year. That was a bad season.
That was the same year that's the same year that Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl.
Every time you're
Yeah.
Going forward. All right, y'all. So look, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this video with somebody that you know personally. All right, so they can go back and watch it. And we're gonna break these 3 individual segments up tonight, so you can go back and watch it individually. All right. Also, appreciate y'all for using that comment section. Y'all been lit in the comments, especially Carl. We appreciate you, Carl, even though you giving Tom Brady some hate. But you guys always there. We appreciate y'all on the show for real. And Dave, let's talk about those IG chats we got.
Yeah, man. So like we said, what we talked about today is going to carry over to the chat. So if you want to get in there, you got to let us know. So we have an NFL chat. You see, all we talked about was the NFL today. So if you want to make some comments about what we talked about, Sean Payton being the Broncos head coach, or D'Amico Ryans getting his opportunity in Houston, or Tom Brady retiring again. So you have opportunity to go in that chat and see what we're talking about and have your own argument. You could defend Brady or go against him. We won't know until you come into the chat. We have an NBA chat. Joe just made the announcement for the All-Star reserves. We're going to have a show tomorrow talking about that. So if you want to get in the NBA chat, let us know you want to get in the NBA chat. And the show's actually going to be earlier tomorrow than it was today. So, we get to catch you at a good time. MLB chat, boxing chat, college football and college basketball. We're gonna have a college basketball coming up soon. March Madness is coming up, so we're gonna have to talk about that. WNBA, we don't have a chat for that yet, but it's going to be coming up soon. We're definitely gonna. I believe we're gonna have a show about it sometime soon because we got a lot of stuff that's been going on with Candace Parker signing. I announced that earlier. Breanna Stewart went to the Liberty, so we got players that we got to talk about. So you want to get in those chats? Let us know. You can get in there. It's going to pretty much let you know how everything goes. We're going to add you into those chats, and then the refuse to lose chat. That's the biggest one. That's the one where we all talk smack to each other most of the time. Most of the time. That's where that big argument came from. It came from the refuse to lose chat. So you don't get the juice of the show if you're not in that chat. Because every time we come on the show, we're talking about the chat, but you don't know because you're not in it. I made this comment to somebody last night who was also a Patriots fan. I said, you can't get mad if you can't even get in. So if you can't get in, you can't get mad about what we're talking about in the show because you're not in it. We let you know how to get in there before we get big because we're gonna blow up. I'm letting y'all know that now. We're gonna blow up. We like Tomo said, this is the Whole Foods of sports shows.
Because everything
it's organic. It's organic. We're doing it from right in our homes. We know each other. We're all in the DMV area. Coach is actually in Miami. He moved from Texas. He's from Chicago. So we're coming from everywhere, man. We got a lot of people that got sports knowledge. We call him coach for a reason. We don't just call him coach just to call him coach. He is a coach. So he knows football. Carl knows football. We know because we watch. And we've played some sports when we were young, but we watch it so much we actually study the game. And you can tell by the takes we take on our show. If you want to get into the refuse to lose chat, you gotta come on the show. That's the only way you get in there. You're not sneaking in, because once you try to sneak in, you get kicked out the same time we see you come in. Just letting you know. And it's no disrespect, but it's all disrespect because you're not just gonna come up on the show. So, if you want to get in there, let us know. All you got to do is put your IG name in the chat. Let us know which one you want to be a part of. And if you want to be a part of the Fuse to Lose show, just let us know. That way you can get in on the chat. That's it for me.
Go. Let's do it. All right, last words.
Light the beam.
There it is. You was ready. Light the beam. Hey, Worm. San Antonio, what my man be saying? Trash. It's like,
hey.
San Antonio got them out of there. Talk them out. All right. Easy dub, 3-0 against them, whatever. De'Aaron Fox. It's good, man. I had a feeling you were not going to get picked up. I'm happy because you're going to show the NBA why you should have been on the All-Star game. J-Mo, you asked for that 40-point game. You might just get it tomorrow. We play Indiana. Tyrese Halliburton, All-Star. D. Fox not. You might get it tomorrow. I'm putting a parlay in for that tomorrow. De'Aaron Fox, 40 points. That's all I got for you.
Hey,
you heard it here first.
I'm excited. Bam Adebayo was in there. I've been fighting for my boy. I say he deserved to be in there. He in there. I made a case about him being in there, not Jimmy, because he's been available more than Jimmy has. Don't get me wrong. I love Jimmy Butler. And he stepped up for us in the finals when we was there and in the playoffs. We all know he's the best player on the team. But Bam been playing lights out this year. So I'm glad that he got in there. He got some respect. He's going to be there. So I'm happy he's in there. San Francisco, great season. Off season's here. We already made an announcement. We're not going for any veteran quarterbacks. We're not going to go get Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady retired. I'm good with that. Jimmy G's gone. I'm good. We got Brock Purdy and Trey Lance to do it this year. Because of the injuries, we're going to need to bring in 2 quarterbacks at least, put one on the practice squad and one right up under them because who knows? Who knows what's going to happen with them? Neither one of them are going to be that healthy coming into the season next year. Brock Purdy's going to be out for 6 months because of the injury. Trey Lance should be back within 3 to 4 weeks, but he's been injured 3 times within 2 years. So I'm just being honest. And then baseball season's coming up. Red Sox, I don't know what we're gonna do this year, but hey, I'm excited. I'm excited. And then gotta end it with this. Gotta end it with the U. Yes, we lost the number 1 cornerback in the recruiting class, but we still have a top 10 recruiting class this year. So I'm excited for next season. Let's go.
Man, I mean, I can say a lot because a lot's happened in this offseason. Dallas lost a playoff game, and then they clean house. So I said it before, and I'll say it again. Mike McCarthy, Dak Prescott, it's on y'all now. The scapegoat of Kellen Moore is no longer there. Dan Quinn is there to save y'all on the defense, but I got one special message. Michael Parsons, if you ever tell another Eagle that you want to see them win a Super Bowl, son, are you insane? What's wrong with you? And then Lane didn't even say thanks or none of that. He didn't even respond back to you. Like, what? And then people, no. Because people on here, they all in the chats and they all in this. So, man, that's good competitive spirit. Or that's sportsmanlike. That's that's not his brother. He don't know that, man. Lane Johnson don't even like D-Law. Did y'all know that? Like, that's a personal thing. And for the fact that Michael Parsons is coming out here telling some, I want you to go win the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear that. Come on, man. You already to Twitter fingers, man. You talking too much. But Wizards, y'all winning games. Keep it up. Hopefully we can sneak in the playoffs and shock the world a little bit. Maybe win 1 round. I don't know, but this man keep talking about, yeah, they need to stiffen up. You right. They need to stiffen up. Pause. And go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. What you gotta say, man? Go ahead.
I got you. I'm gonna cover you for what Michael Parsons did.
You're done, son.
There we go.
You're done, son.
This all season, just get it out of here. Coach, take it away.
You on mute.
So either I missed the segment or it ain't been talked about, but why have we not discussed the Arizona's coach who just hightailed his ass to Taiwan? This needs to be talked about because you just left the team hanging.
I know why we did it.
You left them with a $230 million quarterback that's now trash, and you just left the team hanging. We just say, okay, bye, have a good Taiwan trip. Like, this is absurd. Okay, this is really absurd.
Hey, Coach, he was my first year done son. So it's like we forecasted it. That's probably why.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Okay. Secondly, Patrick Mahomes for a second Super Bowl. You don't pay somebody $500 million and not expect him to win more than 1 Super Bowl after his second year when you gave him the contract because he won you a Super Bowl. So this is Patrick Mahomes' second Super Bowl win. I have watched him shred defenses over and over without – I mean, you watch the receivers drop like flies, and it ain't even about the next man up movement. It's just about get where you're supposed to be so Patrick can throw the ball. That's it. We're not you're not paid high. You're not highly paid weapons. You are roster positions that he can work with. And my God, does he work magic. It is absolutely beautiful to see. I mean, this man is supposed to be on a high ankle sprain. That is a 4 to 6 week injury, and he is still dropping touchdowns, not having the running backs do the work. This guy is still sitting in the pocket and still flushing touchdowns down these receivers' throats for scores. Cincinnati Mayor, you need to stay in your lane. Work on your city. Work on politics. Stay your ass off the field. That was the wrong thing you could have do was piss off Patrick Mahomes, and you did that. You called that man. Yeah, absolutely. That was a bad move. That was a really bad move on your part. And I'm going to end this segment with stay in your lane. Let football players and football analysts do what we do, and you run your city as best as you can, and stay out of these football talk. Calling somebody your daddy, boy.
I put on for my city. All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.